This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Hi everyone, I'm Jen Ah, coming to you from the Review-Journal studio. He's a country megastar who's broken countless records, sold over 100 million records. We're of course talking about the one and only Garth Brooks. He's in Vegas right now as we speak. He's preparing to play at Allegiant Stadium on Saturday, which is tomorrow. Let's just say no love grows cold with his fans, and he must have friends in all places because his upcoming concert at Allegiant Stadium reportedly sold 65,000 tickets in 75 minutes. His first show in Vegas was back in 1991 at a 650-seat showroom at the Desert Inn, which was demolished to make way for Wynn Las Vegas. Since then, there were most likely no unanswered prayers when it came to his career. His second album, No Fences, later went on to sell over 17 million copies. And now, coming around full circle, Garth Brooks' first stop since the pandemic will be right here in Vegas. Let's take a look at his press conference today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garth Brooks.
Your name? Good to see you. How are you all? You're going to have to remind me how this is done. Yeah, hey man. Just excited, real excited. I think the main goal, usually, okay, let's take a press conference before COVID. First thing I'm going to tell you is we just come here to have fun. That's what we came here to do. The goal is for these people to leave the stadium loving each other more. It's a common answer for us to start press conferences this way. This one's going to be a little different. From here till the end of 21, our goal is for these people to come have the best time of their life, but to also have the safest time. And that's kind of the thing. So we're going to, we've got state rules, arena rules. We have in-tour rules that we'll go through. I'll be happy to cover anything that I know about those state and stadium rules. Kind of is out of my jurisdiction, but in-tour rules I do know. But I'm hoping that most of this conference is talking about the music. I can talk about the music all day. The artist, but the music I can talk about all day long. Talk about the band and crew. Been fabulous. Everybody's kind of been off. We were lucky enough for God and the people to bless us to not be financially hurt during this time. Everyone got their families taken care of, and now we're coming back out to hopefully do this safe. And then if we do it safe, hopefully we'll make up those cities that we lost in here by the summer of 22. The stadium tour ends summer of 22. Don't know what my next step is after that, if there's any. When I came out of retirement, I told them they were going to have to throw me out. I still that way. I just don't know what the next step would be or what it'll look like after that. But we'll hopefully make up all those cities. I know of 2 that we lost that we'll never get back. But in that, you gain 2 or 3 more that you never thought you had a shot at. So it's a good trade. So I have to thank the people at Allegiant here for being so sweet and taking the first step. Somebody had to take the first step out of full capacity, and it was awfully nice. And if you've got to pick a place, trying to find a better word than holy shit, this place is amazing. Not a bad seat in the house. You just walk out there and you feel like something special is going on. So hopefully we'll get confused with that tomorrow night, and hopefully people will feel like something special is going on. Great room. I'm a lot more comfortable talking with you than at you. Nancy, is there something I have to get before we're done? Ben? Ben, hang on. I haven't seen Ben. My God. Ben wasn't even with us with the stadium tour. He was with us with the comeback tour. How have you been? You doing good? Oh, you look great. How's your babies? Excellent. Tall as you are probably right now. Yeah, any footage you saw from the comeback tour, 2014-17, 390 shows this guy was at every one of them, filmed them all. And he moved to Maine out of Nashville and hadn't seen him. He came back out for this part of the stadium tour. So have you got to see Chuck and everybody yet? Good. That explains why everybody's so happy. It's good. So if we're going to do a question, all I'm going to ask is just identify yourself, and then I'll be happy to answer whatever I can.
Mark from Rolling Stone.
Hey, Mark.
So this show got pushed back at least 2 or 3 times. At what point did you realize we're going through this? This is going to happen to full capacity?
We didn't know. The one that we knew for sure is next week, Salt Lake. We knew that one because it went on sale after the COVID. So here we're in. So this one was waiting for the governor to declare if Vegas was open or not. And we had to wait all the way for our official word was the middle of June. Now some people say Vegas got open the middle of May, somewhere around the 1st of June, but we waited for the official and we got our news 4 weeks ago, let's say. So it's pretty cool. It feels good. And again, man, if you're going to kick something off, no offense to Salt Lake at all. Salt Lake is outdoor stadium. This thing right here, the Death Star, this thing is, more famous than anybody that's going to play it. No offense to anybody who's playing it. And that's what you kind of want to do. You want to hang out with places. We were lucky enough to play like Yankee Stadium. These places where your name is smaller than the place you're playing. That's pretty cool to get to hang around with those people. What did you, with you being at, you say Rolling Stone, what did you hear? Was there any, did you know this was coming or?
I'm local. So
Okay.
we, I think a lot of us local people have a pretty good idea of when it was going to be a big deal.
Good. Good.
First time it got pushed back, we all just said, I don't know if that's true, if it's actually going to happen. But when the July date happened, I think we all pretty good birthday say.
Well, when I saw the date, July 10th, that's my mom's birthday. And some of you guys aren't old enough in here to remember when Mom toured with us. But Mom, nothing was impossible. She was 5 foot tall, and nothing was impossible to her. So when I saw July 10th, I said, I bet you 10 to 1 this is the one that's going to happen. So I'll have her in my heart and soul tomorrow like always. But when it comes to entertainment, that's kind of what she did. It'll be a good day. Yes, sir. James? How you doing, James? Well, the opportunities that I think you have here is to show some kind of freaking responsibility, right? So the fact that you're one of the first ones back out just simply because of the date, now you have an obligation to the rest of this industry to say, this is what we're doing. This worked for us. How about you guys? And so my thing is, I want people to have the best time, and I don't want any reports of the second virus. Or I don't want to see it. Let me rephrase that. I don't want it to happen. So we're taking all the precautions that we possibly can to make sure that we're doing our part. And then the rest of it, you just kind of throw up to fate and the common sense of the people you're playing for. And I hope that, I really hope that message gets across, that if you're going to do it responsibly. Until we can get back to being real musicians and not having to be responsible. Yes, ma'am.
Melinda Shekels, Billboard Magazine.
Hi, Miss Melinda.
So tell me about your preparation coming into the stage. Do you just pick up where you left off, or is it just how much, pre-rehearsal, pre-prep? What have you had to do leading into the show?
Okay, so Detroit was the last one, February of, let's say, 20. In Detroit, we introduced the new stage, all flat 360. You can see it here. I'll walk it over. These wings on the side were entirely too high. It cut sight lines off from people and kind of divided the stage in half. Drum riser was 5 rows. It's now 3 rows. So as you can see, everything's been crushed now the best that they can. So now it's more like this. Now it's more like playing to everybody. Now, what it does is it works a big, somebody's got a big ass, they're in trouble on this stage, right? Because you're gonna have to cover a lot more than ever. But you see that front row is full 360. So the people in those front rows Saturday night will be the people that they go up and get from the upper deck Saturday night. We don't sell the first 2 rows, but as you can see, the front row, 2 rows have now doubled in size. So these people come out and they're expecting to be front row. Well, there can only be one front row, right? But if your band knows what they're doing, if everybody's in this for the same reason, we play for the people that allow us to be artists. So if I'm on this side, Ty will be on the other side, or Robert, Vicky will take care of people. They're great entertainers. They're not only just great players. Since you're in the business, you probably know this, maybe the rest of you don't. Who plays on your records usually isn't who tours with you. So the people that tour with you are entertainers themselves. There's no way one guy in a cowboy hat could entertain that place. What it's going to take is every band member, every crew member, a crew member in the show. If you look and go, oh, that's cool, trust me, that crew member knows that's what he does or she does at that time, because there's going to be kids in this audience. And I want them to leave going, hey, you want to be a singer? No, I want to be whatever the girl is that's got the ear things that come out on the side of the stage every now and then, and that's what you want. So, real proud of our crew, real proud of our band, and they're all. And here's the crazy thing: the crew opens 2 or 3 shows a year for us because they're better players than they just are. Your guitar tech's usually a better player than your guitar player. We are lucky tonight that we brought one of the G-men with us, the guys that do cut the records. It's Chris Lusinger, the guitar player, who wrote the solos for Friends in Low Places, Shameless, All Day Long. That's him playing on every record ever. He's out tonight. The band calls him like the North Star is what they call him. He's going to have a great time, and hopefully we'll honor him tomorrow night at some part in the show as well. Yes, sir. Hey, John. Yes, sir, the one-man show. Did you have fun? It's pretty cool. So, we're doing the dive bar tour at the same time we do the stadium tour. And the goal in the dive bar is to make the dive bar feel like a stadium. So the stadium you're trying to make feel like a dive bar. You're bringing them in. That's what you do. So the quiet times are on purpose. Lean in. And then my job is to, at some point, hopefully from the very beginning with a new opening, hopefully I get you on your back and then I just beat the living shit out of you all night long if I can do that. What happened in Detroit is they got up and got on me. And then I got behind. And I'm still pissed about it. I want a rematch with Detroit. They were so good. And everybody was so sweet to say the show was, this and that. But the truth is, man, I was behind in Detroit because they came ready to play. I like that. I like being surprised, but at the end, I want to win. So the thing is, bring these people in, get them blown back, let them think that, and then kick it up another notch. And then what they do is they kick it up another notch, and the band kicks it up another notch, and it becomes a prize fight. Greatest night of my career, live-wise, was Denver earlier in 20 on the or 19 on the stadium show. It was one of those things where you were out of body. You were just watching it, and a band, and they were going back and forth. It was great, and everybody won. That's kind of what I'm hoping happens here, because if I could pick the best show I ever want to have, it's this one that's going to kick off the remainder of the stadium shows. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on Vegas. I'm saying if you're coming, bring your helmet and bring your Garth stuff, man, because I want to hear this place sing. I know that in preparation for it, to answer both of your preparation questions, this is not one of the stadiums that gets the best reviews for audio sound quality, very much like St. Paul, Minneapolis wasn't. So the guys have been here for probably 10 days. Right after rehearsal, they came out, and they're curtaining everything off. But if there's one guy that can do it, it's the guy that's at the head of the sound thing there. We were lucky. The rave reviews in St. Paul, Minneapolis were about the sound. And they were known for not having good sound. So I'm hoping that this kid gets a shot at doing it. He's the original sound guy that's been with us for 100 years. It matters. Everybody good? Oh, you guys were easy. Oh, yes, sir.
Brock from the Las Vegas town.
Hey, Brock.
Obviously, you have a very special history in Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
I know you said you don't know what's coming next, but have you had some Vegas you're trying to lead up?
Oh,
Is that something you see yourself doing?
I would love to do the Wind gig again. It was fun. You kind of just got to show up in your jeans and you kind of got to, it's almost like sound check. But these people are right here, and you can tell them on stories. You can take them. And the sad thing about it was you told on yourself too much. You told these stories that, man, Nancy, the publicist, is going, you really don't want to tell that story again. Okay. So we dropped that from the show. But it's so it's fun. It's real relaxed. I'd love to do that. I don't know if that's possible or not, but yes, if that opportunity comes to me, and you try to remember, I'm married to one of the greatest performers ever. She has 5 careers herself. So she has kind of given me this space to run. Need to see what she wants to do and what makes her happy. Because man, I hate to sound so whipped, but I could be Mr. Yearwood the rest of my life. It's just, she's that cool. So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I would love it. If you know somebody, put in a good word for me. Yes, Miss Sim. How are you? How have you been? Good. Thank you. Well, this band and crew has been lucky enough to be named Artist of the Decade now, 2 different decades. That makes you feel good, makes you feel like somebody's watching, which is great. Nobody can compete with their numbers. Nobody can compete with their work ethic. When I was talking about Ben over here, people, you try and think about 390 shows. I think almost 100 days of those were 2 show nights. So these guys work. I know what you think, what a stereotypical band and crew is, not these guys. They don't complain. They don't do anything. They'll go out there. One of them's got a separated shoulder tonight. I dare you to try and pick out who it is. They're entertainers. They just put it away. They go. So I'm proud for them, happy for them. I try not to get too hooked up in awards. But when you talk about your band and crew, it's like if you're a parent, you're talking about your children. It's the most proud thing that you can be. So love those guys. They so deserve it. Really nice. And same guys. So the original sound guy, original stage guy, lighting guy, all the crew. Can't live without them. We were somewhere in, I think it was Boise. Chuck, was it Boise where the sound went out? With Blake? Boise, we're getting ready. Blake's getting ready to come on. It's a big moment. And the sound starts doing this weird thing from one of the opening act used the mixing board, and Dan didn't know something that they'd done about leaving something open, and sound goes down. The monitors are working, but the sound's out. Now, big badass Garth all of a sudden realizes these people, there's a lot more of them than me, and they can't hear me, and I'm trying to communicate to them. And it could get ugly real quick. So I got the monitors as loud as I could and said, hey, I'm going to take the band off until they get this fixed and I'll be back. We were at the bottom of the stairs. We weren't even out of the arena floor yet when the sound came back on. Went back up and just started the song exactly where we stopped it. Crowd laughed and they all thought it was part of the show. That's your band and crew. There's your backbone right there. Screw the artist. That band and crew is the most important thing on the planet. So I love them. Happy to be back with them. I'll cry a lot tonight or tomorrow night because I haven't seen these guys in a year and a half. And these are your family, And I bet you I got a call from their spouses at least once or twice a week going, my God, are you ever going to get my spouse out of here to go back out on the road? So it's good. It's good to see them, and they're hungry and they're ready. It's going to be a train wreck, I'm sure. It has to be, right? Because we haven't done this. So it's going to be a train wreck. But the great thing about a Garth Brooks audience, I'll put them up against anybody. They'll allow that train wreck. As long as they see you're trying, they let you do it. Okay, I'm sorry, I got one more. I didn't see it before.
Paul with Vegas Magazine.
Hey, Paul.
I know you can rock the stage. What can we expect from
Yeah, well, everything is part of you as an artist. If you see McCartney has this great piece in his show where he goes, yeah, man, you'll sing the old stuff and it looks like a galaxy out there, everybody with their phones. And then you sing the new stuff and it looks like a black hole, right? But then he follows it with this. But we're going to do the new stuff because I'm an artist. We do all kinds of stuff. So I think as an entertainer, you pick those strategic places to do it, usually up front. Start with a new song because people are all excited, right? Find a good one to kick off. But at the same time, man, I'm a fan. Huge fan. I go to a lot of concerts. And nothing will piss you off more than to go to a concert and some guy dump a whole new album on you. You're like, bro, I love you, but where's the old stuff? That's what I came here to hear, right? So we make sure. No opening act tomorrow night because these people are going to leave here while I'm still playing. They're going to go, thanks, Garth, but damn. Because we just been so long. Voice is going to be gone after song 3 or 4. It's going to sound like this. And hopefully they're going to sing. And that's just what's going to happen because it's all starting over again. Yeah, James. No. And I want you to think about the question. Tease surprises. I mean, come on. It's entertainment, right? So I can tell you this, if the punch comes out of nowhere, it'll come really, really late. How's that? Okay? Guys, thank you for being so sweet to me, and good luck to all of us tomorrow.
Okay, so guys, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have you step on the camera crews.
Ed, I'm gonna give you this.
You just watched Garth Brooks' press conference at Allegiant Stadium. We'll have much more on his upcoming show on our website, lvrj.com. You can also download our RJ mobile app to get news alerts sent right to your phone. We also have an entertainment segment in our 7 at 7 a.m. and p.m. newscasts on Roku, Apple TV, YouTube, Amazon Fire, all your favorite streaming platforms. I'm Jen Ah. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be seeing you a bit later at 7 tonight.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.